Something weird is happening to Diary of a CEO. Brutal truth about creatine. 25 grams feels like cheating.
Doing this for 30 seconds will burn more fat than a long run.
The cure for Alzheimer's already exists? And to be clear, this isn't a cancellation video. This is a what the hell happened to the incentives video. I manufacture supplements for hundreds of brands. I've spent years watching how health marketing learns to sound scientific while quietly implying miracles. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the exact pattern these episodes use, why it's getting dangerous, and how to consume this content without getting completely woo-pilled. Quick intro for those who don't know me. I'm Jake, and this is Bottom Line, where we cut through supplement noise with actual science and some hard-earned industry experience. I've been in the supplement industry on the brand side and on the manufacturing side for over a decade. Now let's get into it. Diary of a CEO used to feel like a business show that occasionally talked about health. Now, it feels like a health show that occasionally remembers it used to be about business. And this isn't subtle. The shift is loud. You scroll the channel and suddenly it's #1 expert reveals the cure already exists? This will change your brain forever. Why Big Pharma doesn't want you to know this. And the pattern is everywhere now. Every guest is the #1 expert. Every molecule is a miracle. Every condition is secretly fixable. And every solution is simple, natural, and being hidden from you. And the titles aren't just optimistic. They're medically cinematic. Not, this might help some people. It's 15 years younger. The cure already exists. The brutal truth. Big Pharma doesn't want you to know this. That's not education. That's a Marvel origin story for magnesium. And in the post-credit scene, it somehow also fixes your marriage and your childhood trauma. And here's the real issue. The format feels serious. Long conversations. A calm British host. Authority badges. Scientific language. Soft lighting. Slow nodding. So that when the thumbnail says something insane, the viewer subconsciously goes, well, if it's here, it must be legit. That's what I call credibility-laundering. You don't have to outright lie. You just let the vibe and the implication do the work.
You know, they can't refuse because of the implication. Because of the implication.
And that's extremely powerful when you're talking about health, because people are scared, hopeful, and vulnerable at the same time. So let's dive into some recent examples, starting with creatine. Creatine is a great supplement. I use it every day. There is real scientific evidence behind it, which makes it the perfect victim of escalation. At first, it was creatine helps performance. Then creatine helps cognition. Then creatine helps mental health. Now it's apparently fixing stress, aging, mood, and your shitty relationship with your absent dad. And when the thumbnail says, brutal truth about creatine, or creatine fixes stress levels, the implication is not, here's education and nuance. It's, you are sleeping on the greatest compound in human history, and everyone else is already in the club. Brother, relax. And no, taking 25 grams of creatine is not going to make you Neo, regardless of what Rhonda says. Now let's talk about another recent example. Nitric oxide. This one crossed into dangerous. This molecule makes you 15 years younger. The cure for Alzheimer's already exists? These aren't just optimistic headlines. They're emotional manipulation in HD. These are the kind of headlines that make people text their mom, wait, did you hear they fixed Alzheimer's? Nitric oxide biology is real. That does not mean we get to imply that we solved Alzheimer's on a podcast. Because when you dangle that in front of millions of people, some of them make real medical decisions based on these vibes. Then we get 5 natural medicines Big Pharma is hiding from you, featuring the #1 herbal medicine expert, according to the title. Let's talk about this framing for a second. When you tell people there are natural medicines that cure things and powerful companies are hiding them from you, you're not giving them information. You're giving them a villain. And when you give someone a villain, you give them a story. And once you give them a story to believe in, you give them the foundation for a belief system. That's how someone goes from, I should probably take better care of my health, to, doctors are brainwashed and this guy on YouTube knows the real truth. I see this every day in the supplement industry. So many brands don't sell products anymore. They sell revelations. Congratulations, you're no longer taking zinc. You're a part of the resistance now. You're awakening. And when you combine that with a massive platform, you don't just inform people. You quietly radicalize their health beliefs. And that's why this matters. This framing does two things. It makes the guest seem heroic, and it primes you to distrust actual medicine. And as many have figured out, that pipeline is extremely profitable. Now, I want to be fair. The show now includes on-screen fact-checking on health episodes. They hired a medical PhD to add context. That's genuinely a good thing. But let's be honest about what that means. You don't add a permanent fact-checker because things are going great. You add a permanent fact-checker when you realize, oh, we might actually be causing harm. The issue isn't that a few of the things were wrong. The issue is that the system started rewarding the wrong type of claim. You don't buy a bunch of fire extinguishers because the kitchen is thriving. So yes, the fact checker is responsible, but the fact that they're needed this much, that's the red flag. And that's why the viewer needs a filter, because the system isn't going to provide one for you. So here's my advice on how you can protect your brain against this stuff, with 5 red flags to look out for. When you see or hear this language, alarm bells should be going off in your brain. 5 red flags when watching health content. Miracle timelines. If something sounds like it works shockingly fast, a cure in days, reverse in weeks, fix your life by next Tuesday, that's a huge red flag. Number 1, expert language. When every guest is suddenly the world's leading authority on something, and no one explains who decided that. They're hiding this from you framing. Anytime the story is, this cure exists, but powerful people are suppressing it, your scam alarm should start warming up. One supplement to rule them all. When a single vitamin, mineral, or molecule is framed as the solution to half the problems in human existence. When the thumbnail promises more than the evidence. If the headline feels way more confident and dramatic than the actual science behind it. Now, here are 5 questions a responsible host should ask. Number 1, what's the actual evidence for this? Are we talking about one small study, animal research, or something that's been tested over and over in real people? Number 2, how strong is that evidence really? Is this a small effect or something that actually changes outcomes in a meaningful way? Number 3, what are the limits? Who does this not work for? And under what conditions does it stop working? Number 4, who should not do this? Because almost nothing in health applies to everyone. And number 5, what happens if a normal person hears this and takes it the wrong way? Could someone make a bad medical decision because we didn't explain this carefully? I hope by now you realize that I'm not saying stop watching Diary of a CEO or cancel Stephen Bartlett. I'm trying to say, don't let a thumbnail and unchecked claims make medical decisions for you. If this was helpful, please like this video and subscribe to my channel here so we can stay in touch. And if you want deep dives on health and supplements that's science-based and without the nonsense, that's the point of this whole channel. Thanks for checking out Bottom Line. I'll see you next time.